Many thanks there, Joy. And still keeping local, the growth of domestic consumption in Kenya has in the recent past been fueled by an expanding middle class, therefore enabling homegrown manufacturers of fast-moving consumer goods to expand their business lines. On this week's Adventurer, KTN's Charles Gitonga speaks to Heril Bangera, founder of the Flame Tree Group that has expanded its portfolio from tanks and lotions to now include spices and edibles, on what it takes to grow in the Kenyan market. Take a look.
Kenya's domestic consumption has grown by 33% over the last 10 years, therefore giving ready market for producers of consumer goods. This week on The Adventurer, we speak to the founder of Flame Tree Group, the manufacturers of water tanks and fast-moving consumer goods.
My name is Heril Bangera. I'm the CEO of Flame Tree Group. Flame Tree Group is in a number of businesses, in plastics, in FMCG, and in trading. Yeah, Flame Tree started with our first company, which was Rotomolders. We started manufacturing plastic water tanks. That was about 25 years ago. I was 18 years at that time. Those days, there were only steel tanks in the market, and we were one of the initial people who started manufacturing plastic water tanks. And while we expanded our business and saw opportunities in other locations, and we expanded our business into other countries, we felt there was opportunity to manufacture FMCG products. And within FMCG, the first thing we made is a brand called Zoe, the Zoe lotions. We saw more opportunities within FMCG, expanded into other things, including manufacture of synthetic hair with a brand called Ciora, and with snacks, a brand called Happy's. And we now recently acquired another company with brands in spices called Nature Zone and Chigs. 25 years ago, how did you go about setting up your business? At that time, I was a very young boy, and I think the younger you are, the more optimistic you are, and the less you know about business, so you're willing to take risks. I saw an idea. I spoke to my father because I was still a student. I didn't have the money. He helped me, although it was considered really as a hobby, really not that as a serious business. So we put in very little money to start the business. And at that time, I remember I thought if we could sell 4 tanks a month, it would be a business. Today, we sell hundreds of tanks a day. So I think we've gone a far way from what we initially thought. For us, our dream is to create a multinational, an African multinational that manufactures products in Africa for Africa. That's our theme for the company. We felt that if we had other shareholders to join in our growth, it would be a company that would live beyond me and beyond the initial. So I felt listing was one of the routes that we could use. So many businessmen are afraid of listing their companies at the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Maybe you can tell us how you conquered that kind of fear. For us, one of the ways to grow, we used the NSE listing as our route. That's not the only necessary route. There can be other routes that people can do. But to the people who encounter the requirement of a route of listing, I tell them not to fear. I think listing in itself brings other advantages. I think the challenge that I've had is the same challenge every entrepreneur has, is the challenge of raising capital. We started with a very small capital base. As you grow your business, banks are very reluctant to lend money to you. So for us, I think getting money has been the biggest challenge. How we have grown our businesses over the years has been through internal funding of profits, which is a very slow and difficult way, and I feel that's been the biggest challenge. If you feel you want to do a business, or you feel you're entrepreneurial enough, I think the first thing is to just start.
Starting a company at only 18 years of age and building it To a billion shillings business empire is by no means an easy task. But ask Heril Bangera and he will tell you that any time is a good time to set up a company. Charles Gitonga for The Adventurer.